Back on the desk today, we have my Steam Deck LCD model here. You may recall a couple months back when I did a video on replacing the SSD. Well, today we're going to be replacing the joysticks with these GuliKit branded ones. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. These were provided to me by them. Thank you very much. You really didn't have to provide me with these. But anyways, with that being said, these are provided to me for review and tutorial purposes. Anything I say about these are my own opinion. I was not paid in a sense to say these are the best things ever made, you know. So like I said, all opinions are my own. I'm just doing a review and a tutorial installation of these. So with that being said, let's start the installation process, shall we? All right, so once you have all of these screws out, if you do have a micro SD card like I do, you want to make sure you take this out or you will end up with two micro SD cards, aka split in half. After you do that, you want to take a pry tool or spudger of your choice. Just run it along the little gap right here until you hear a couple pops and clicks, and this back panel should, I say should, there you go, should just come off like this. There you go. And just like that, you have access to the inside of your Steam Deck. And to my knowledge, all I have to do is, let's get, you know what, I can probably do it with a screwdriver. So all you have to do is, zoom in a little bit here first, is this is the left joystick. So you want to undo this little clip right here, push that up, and probably best to get a little pair of tweezers, would be easier. And you want to grab this little tab, pull out this little ribbon cable. Be extremely careful not to damage it, because if you damage it, you need a new ribbon cable, and that's going to be no fun. All right, so we have that one out. Let's go ahead and do the same on the right side. Go ahead and pop that up. Get our little tweezers and simply gently wiggle it. Make sure that tab is all the way up. And there you go, that's out. And once you do that, you can take your Phillips head screwdriver and you want to take out these three screws. Come on, focus. There we go. Oh, too far. Take out these three screws, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and this joystick should just pop out, to my knowledge. So let's find out together, shall we? Again, be very careful. You do not want to lose these screws or you will be in for a bad time. I should get it in frame. That might be helpful. Why are you focusing on my hand? Don't do that. Focus on the screws and the screwdriver. Why? This is why I shouldn't be using an iPhone to shoot my videos. I should be using a real camera. But that requires a lot of money. And YouTube does not pay me yet. So for now, we're going to use my iPhone. All right, and once you get those screws out, it should, yep, just pop out. There you go. There's one. And we come over here. We repeat the process. Oh, don't do that. Very careful not to lose your screws, as I mentioned before. Undo that. And one more screw. This one will also pop right out. I find it's easiest to listen to the dog bark, apparently, is take this, push it from the back with your thumb or your finger, and then it comes right out. So what you want to do is, once you get the old ones out, take your respective left and right ones and put them in the left and right hole, just like this. Get it lined up, something like that, until it kind of clicks into place, and it's sitting on this little post right there. And what I like to do is take one screw and simply put that in to hold it in place. Just like that. Make sure it's snug but not too tight. And once you do that, you can take a little bit, zoom there. Make sure this is up all the way. And then very simply take this. I almost feel like I need a magnifying glass. No, I'm just gonna look through my camera here. It's easier with your hands. Just kind of put this in, a little something like that. Make sure it's in all the way as far as it'll go. A little something. Oh, there we go. You'll feel a little tiny click once the cable goes in all the way. Once you do that, you want to go ahead and not do that. Do it with this. Go ahead and take your lever and make sure that goes all the way down. If your cable is in far enough, you should not see the white line that you saw when I was putting in the cable. Make sure there's no white line there. If there's no white line there, you should be in far enough and it should work. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same on both sides and I'll be right back. All right, once you went ahead and did your left and right joystick, what you wanna do is you wanna double check and make sure your cables are in all the way and all your screws are tight. And just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to do the second cable on camera just because it can be a little finicky. So as you saw before, you want to line this up as straight as possible. Being extremely careful, push it until you feel in here, you can actually hear it a little bit if it's quiet. A little tiny click, and it should kind of just click into place. Remember this white line, it should be kind of above this little white line here if you can see that. Let me zoom in a little bit more. The white line on this cable should be above the white line on the PCB or right at the PCB line. And if it is all the way in, it should look like that. And then you want to very simply take your tool of choice and push down this lever until it clicks down like that. All right, and there you go. Once you do that, once you get all of the screws in place, all of the cables in place, it should look a little something like this on each side. All 3 screws, everything is flush, cable is in, retention lever is down. Same thing on the left and right side, should be no different. All the screws, all that. So I'm gonna go ahead, put this back together, and then I'll show you the calibration process to make sure these things are calibrated perfectly. All right, so I believe all you have to do is go to your Steam here, your Steam button, go down to settings, scroll down to controller, and here you will see calibration and advanced settings. Here you can adjust your dead zones to your liking, you know, all this stuff. I'm just gonna leave the dead zone, actually no I'm not. A little bit less of a dead zone because these things do have a very, very small, I guess, very precise in my experience. So that should be about good. Maybe a little bit higher just to compensate over time. And then we go ahead and probably turn this down to about the same. Yep, maybe a little bit higher just to compensate over time any sort of drifting that may happen over time, because it's inevitable your sticks are gonna drift no matter what brand you get. So with that being said, your joysticks are calibrated. Again, the dead zone is kind of to your liking. Gyro, that's pretty self-explanatory. We didn't do anything with the gyro. Haptics, we didn't do anything with the haptics. And just to test the inputs, as you can see, 0, 0, no stick drift. And it works perfectly fine. Same over on the right, 0, 0, no stick drift. Spin around, we're good to go. Push the buttons. I guess he doesn't register that. Oh, it's telling me what to do. Screw you. Do I really have to do this? Okay, let's just run through the whole thing here. Run your fingers across the whole surface of the left trackpad. And the right trackpad. Move the left joystick in a circle. Move the right one in a circle. Press all remaining buttons. That's pretty much every single button here. All the D-pads, all remaining buttons. There are no remaining buttons besides the power button, but obviously I'm not going to push the power button. So as you can see, joysticks are calibrated, joysticks work, and before I end the video, I will play a little game here just to demonstrate them in action. I'll be right back. All right, so here we are in The Last of Us, just to kind of give it a little bit of a test, feel how they are. You can really see why the LCD model of the Steam Deck sucks. Like, all the grayness here, it's, yeah, LCD definitely sucks. But, just playing the game here, these feel pretty much basically like OEM. They're smooth, just like the box says. I did see some people online mention something about how they're not like rounded like end zones or something, so it's not great for precision. I don't know what they're talking about, because I mean, I suck at this game because 30 FPS is a thing. But this isn't a video about my skills. This is a video about the joysticks, and the joysticks feel pretty much exactly like OEM, so I'm not entirely sure what they were talking about, where they feel weird for precision aiming when it's, as you can see, it's a perfect circle. Nothing is like squared, I guess. I don't know. But either way, playing some Last of Us here. This is spoilers, by the way. This is a pretty late game, in case anyone's wondering. Everything feels perfectly fine. Yep, I suck. Keep in mind, this is not the fault of the joysticks. This is my fault, because I'm terrible on a Steam Deck, because there's like a lot of input lag. Again, that's not the joystick's fault. That's kind of the... Oh, I'm dead. That's not the joystick's fault. This also happens with the OEM joysticks. It's just down to 30 FPS, and the Steam Deck is not very powerful. But yeah, like I said, they feel perfectly fine. They feel basically like OEM. If anything, they feel a little bit better than OEM, but that could just be because these are brand new. The OEMs have been used quite a bit. It's hard to say, but long term will show, I guess, how good they really are. But as of right now, I don't see why these wouldn't last as long or longer than OEM. They feel perfectly fine. They feel good. They don't feel cheap. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, go ahead, feel free to subscribe, like, share the video, all that fun stuff. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you again for these people at GuliKit for sending these to me to do a review on and install them. You really didn't have to do it. Thank you again. And one last reminder, anything said about these are my opinion. So hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.